Hey y'all, so today I'm going to share with you the story of my visit with a healer. And this story goes back to probably the late 70s. I know I was in elementary school when this happened. Um, Probably late 70s, 1980, very early 80s. Um, but anyway, I'm going to jump right in. So I was a little boy and I got these warts all over the back of my hand. Let me show you. See that? I don't know if y'all can see that. See that scar right yonder? And I got other little scars too. Like there's one right there, right there, right here, right here, all over my hand. Now, as I've gotten older, as you can see, they kind of blend into my skin. But that big one right there, I don't think it'll ever go away. And my grandma, she told me that I got those warts because I had let a frog pee on my hand. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I think that might have just been her way of trying to get me to stop bothering Miss Ruby. Now, if you don't know who Miss Ruby is, I talked to her in my video on how I became a card reader. And Miss Ruby was the lady who lived next door to us. She was a widow. She lived alone. And us kids, we would often catch a garden snake or a frog out in the woods or in the ditch, and we would run over and put it on her porch by her back door, and then we'd knock on the door and run away, go hide behind a tree or hide in the ditch in the kudgy vines, and watch her reaction. And she would come out, look around for someone, and then look down and see that frog or that snake, and she'd start hooping and hollering, carrying on. So I think Grandma was always afraid we was going to give Miss Ruby a heart attack or something, so I think she might have told me about the frog pee, so I would stop catching frogs. But anyway, so my Aunt Ernestine, that's my grandmother's sister, drove up from Myrtle Beach and to visit us and the family. And remember, I was raised by my grandparents, and she come to visit my grandma and my family, and they had, while she was up, they had decided that they were going to ride down to Columbia, South Carolina, to visit their mother, which would be my great-grandmother, and that's Granny Smith, who lived in Columbia. And so while they were going down there, they took me with them because my Aunt Ernestine had found a healer, I'm going to call her the Wart woman, who supposedly had the power to talk the warts off of you if you had warts. So they took me down there with them, and we went to see the Wart woman, and the Wart woman took my hand, and she took a penny, and she made these little cross marks on the warts, and she mumbled something. Now, if I knew what she said, this was probably 40 years ago, I don't remember. But I think I just seem to maybe remember her mumbling. So when she was done, she handed me the penny and said, now you have to take this penny and go to a public place and give this penny away to a stranger. I need a haircut. Oh, when are they going to open the world back up? Anyway, so we all piled back in Aunt Ernestine's car, and we drove up to the Winn-Dixie. And we stood outside the entrance to the Winn-Dixie where people coming and going. And my grandma, she kept trying to nudge me to go up to a stranger and give him that penny. And I was shy. I was a really shy little boy. No, I don't want to. I'm scared. No, I don't want to. And so finally, it was either Ernestine or my grandma, one of them, called this guy over. And he came over, and they told him that I had to give that penny to a stranger. Now, I don't remember if they told him it had anything to do with warts or anything, because I can't remember if supposedly the warts was supposed to go to the person or what. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, the man took the penny. Here you go, sir. And went about his way. And so we completed our visit with Granny Smith, and eventually we all went back home. Us to Great Falls and Ernestine to Myrtle Beach. That's good. So anyway, I know what y'all were wanting to know is, did the warts go away? Well, yes and no. They didn't go away from the healer. Unfortunately, the magic failed me that day. I don't know if it was something in her, because I understand now, all these years later, that no healer or magician is 100% accurate. So I understand that. And it could have been that I did something wrong. Maybe I didn't approach the stranger myself. Maybe I had to have help and that messed with the spell. I don't know. But anyway, what happened was I remember my mama, she pulled me out of school one day, and that's how I know this was in elementary school, because it was right before lunchtime, and we were supposed to have ice cream that day. You know, the little ice cream and the little wooden spoon that wasn't a spoon. It was just sort of a weird shaped, almost like a popsicle stick. And the doctor burned those warts off, and it hurt. I remember it hurt, and I remember crying. And so that's where I got these scars. And like I said, they're sort of fading. I can still see them, but they ain't as bad as they used to be. Anyway, that's the story of my visit to the healer, the wart woman, and I hope y'all liked it.